And welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command. I'm Orion Pirates Plus. I'm Fleet Admiral Chair of the heavy battlecruiser Jesus Protector. I will get it out this time as we continue our campaign against the Klingon Star Empire. And last time, well, we managed to knock them down to but a single planet. The planet of 913 is the only thing that stands between us and total victory. So without further ado, let us set out into space to see if we can actually capture the planet. And beginning the day with a planetary assault, the Big Bang Bada Boom, aside of course from a homeworld assault, which they don't have anymore because we own Kronos. I saw a fairly large dreadnought over there. We're going to have to pay attention to that. Let's increase the speed of the ship and set ourselves up for overloaded combat. We want all of our plasma torpedoes to enveloping mode because it makes the world lousy. Now, something I have been wondering about is maybe it might be a better idea to use just penetrating hits against dreadnoughts. We might see a little bit more success that way, but to be perfectly blunt, we've been seeing tremendous amounts of success in every single way that we engage. Anyway, we're being answered today by the GCS Fang with the Badlands deep behind us, which I suppose makes a certain amount of sense considering where we are, and we are squaring off against a PLPH and a DXCX? What is this? A DX. So us in our heavy bombardment cruiser, so basically just waltz in here and annihilate him with fire and brimstone, but mostly fire, because we bring plasmas to the table, and plasma is liquid fire. It's not quite, but it's a fun way of thinking of it. And there, of course, is the other ship. You are definitely a dreadnought. What sort of dreadnought are you? A C5X. How sad for you. So he's a light dreadnought, basically ignorable. We're going to drive up right next to him, hit him with all the plasma torpedoes. He won't quite die immediately, but he'll be dying shortly after that. Or we could, dive immediately on top of him, and that would kill him immediately. There would be no survival from that one. Death would come for him, and he would not be able to stop it. My plan is to basically just ignore the DX for now, let him do whatever it is he desires, although he's getting way closer to me than I otherwise want him to, but it looks like he'll probably overshoot me quite heavily. How fast are you going? 27 is one heck of a pace. Let's slow down the speed of the ship. We do, of course, need to prevent from, getting too close. All weapon select. Actually, plasma torpedoes first. Ow! There goes my forward shields in its entirety. He did a wonderful job on that one. Let's turn away and cut him loose so I can get the rest of my weapons involved. Jeez, sir. And he's dead. Lovely. My forward and aft shields are both down, but that's not a major concern as of yet, as I'm going to... that was a good move. The reversing turn, however, we were then able to bring it abound quite nicely. Our little PDT is not going to be super helpful in this, I'm completely honest with you. We need to pick up the pace and get on out of here. We need time. Time is of the essence, because if we don't get away from him, we're going to be forced in a close-range battle, and we don't want that. At least not yet. So I'm going to spend most of my power to get on a moving. If he wants to blast me with all of his weapons from long range, he is certainly able to do that. But if the pseudo-frigates get here first, oh, the plasma of 1,000 cuts, and he immediately attempted to stop all that. So we're going to turn directly away from him, kick on the speed even further as we want to just zip away as fast as we can. We'll let him play with his little buddies here. Let him make all new friends so that he can have a good time with that one. Damn it, my aft shields are down. I don't want my aft shields to be down. I was hoping to just continue to run, but he proved to be perfect in his gunnery and managed to nail us several times with disruptors. But I think we're gonna be just fine. We're gonna reverse his turn over here. We'll get the other shield up into position. He hasn't even gotten to the armor. I hate it when phasers hit you from a distance of 30. That seems absurd. Turns out, by the way, that in the original version of Starfleet battles, there literally was no maximum raise of phasers. So I believe the article that I was reading on it specifically mentioned that that in some tournament settings, or not tournaments, but in some gameplay settings, they had situations where people were plinking at each other with phasers from 27 feet away because there was no upper bound limit to the phasers. I don't believe that's the case anymore, but still, it's quite far, and it still allows you to basically annihilate somebody's low setup shields. Personally, I think that should be changed. Because, yeah, I don't like having suddenly my aft shield taken out, but I suppose that's just me griping because I would like to be able to avoid taking damage that I don't have to take. Plasma torpedoes are about to be ready, so we're going to turn on in here. We're actually also going to slow down, get ourselves a little bit forward shield so that it's not immediately taken out by somebody blinking away with a phaser from 27 feet away, and also prepare the death plasma. It would have been nice if we could have had several more of those plasma or pseudo-frigates, because they would be able to help out a little bit against the planet. Not a ton. I mean, they do try and avoid getting anywhere near the planet, so that would have reduced things a wee bit there. But every little bit counts. Every little bit helps. Plasma torpedoes are ready to go. Slow down to see if we can get a little bit more power of the forward shield, and grab. Oh, did I not prepare it? I feel like a chump. Seriously, how did I not prepare that? I feel foolish, but as long as I can keep outside of a certain range, he can't actually hurt me. If he was smart, hi. Yeah, he would have gotten close to that if he had been smart, but he wasn't. Okay, so we got caught in the blast on that one. We lost one of our aft phasers, because that's how physics works, ladies and gentlemen. You get hit in the front, some of the back sheet, and we're just within range of that, so we are going to have to sort of skulk around the sides a little bit while the phaser 4s come blinking away at us. This is probably the most damage we've taken in probably 2 episodes. We're just getting slammed out here, so we're just going to have to wait for things to get fully set up. Once the forward shield is back, and it's back, it'll allow us to turn right back into the planet, and we should be able to start our assault engagement. The planet is not well enough defended in order to hold off what we're about to bring his way, so I'm feeling pretty confident, if I'm completely honest with y'all. So, as we drive on forward, we're going to sadly get ourselves all set up, and I really should probably tweak this mic down a little bit. It's something that's been concerning me a little bit because it's been bouncing around a little bit too close to the red. In fact, I see it's peaked a couple of times according to my information. So we're going to have to do something about that. After all, I don't want to be ruining anybody's ears, so let's bring that down. My voice is about to get a little bit quieter, but that should make it just a little bit better on the peaks, so we don't have to worry about all that. And that's the hope, at any rate. Let's start to slow down so that we can actually nail them with our plasma torpedoes from a safe distance. After all, we don't want to get too close, otherwise the forward shield will kind of disappear. It's not exactly designed for all that. Fire the plasma, if you don't mind. Since we're not saving any power on the plasma, we can basically fire it as much as we want. And we've managed to damage the plasma already. 26 damage has gotten through. And the planet is currently countering my electronic countermeasure, which I'm not super happy about. I also don't know if I can actually hold off him at a range of maximum range, although it looks like he's focusing on the PF tender, so that gives me a little bit of time, hopefully enough time to get everything ready to go, but again, absolutely no promises on that one. So we're just gonna wait, spend a little moment, let him shoot at me. Have more plasma, my friend. And if the plasma works out, it should hurt him. Oh yeah, 211 damage. By the way, we haven't actually broken through the shield facing us, which means he is putting out just absolutely outrageous amounts of power. I'm going to accept that, and then I'm going to do this. We're going to go maximum electronic countermeasure, see if I can't actually get this fully under control. The next plasma salvo I intend to hit with the force of a supernova, or some sort of equivalent, although that is a lot of damage when you stop to consider how much damage we're dealing with plasma alone. Then you have to pause, how much damage would a supernova deal in Starfleet battles? I don't quite know. Send to the probe, let's find out exactly what we've done. We've mostly destroyed him. He stands no chance. Prepare the Marines, let's see exactly what we're going to do. We have 39 Marines, he has 9 people left. This is not going to help him out all that much, so let's just get nice and close. You know, I may have been a little bit premature now that I stop to think about it. We may not finish this episode or next episode. It may take us all weekend to actually fully and completely finish out the campaign. Now, I'm not complaining. I mean, it's always a great little power fantasy whenever you play as the Gorn, because, well, not necessarily as the Gorn, any plasma-armed race that has massive plasmas, Gorn, Gremlin, those sorts of things. And this heavy bombardment cruiser has just been the most ridiculous easy mode fun I've ever had. Bar almost nothing. And I am, well, okay, easy mode fun, I have to include the Mirak heavy bombardment cruiser, and let's be honest, there is nothing more hilarious than just drowning your enemies at 196 missiles. That's just too much fun. Close second, though. This is a very close second, so we'll put it up there. So I had put out that I thought we were going to be done today, or tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but Saturday? Yeah, Saturday. And I think I'm going to be wrong. So we've done our first little damage to the planet. I'm going to come over to the supply yard. 116 damage. Jeez, we actually took quite the pounding. But that's okay. We have 36,332 prestige. I don't think we're exactly hurting for anything. Going to throw ourselves into another planetary assault and see if we can't bombard the enemy. But yeah, the question has gone up on the Discord by now. I have asked which faction shall we play as next moving forward, and I gotta tell you, the results have been surprising. Okay, maybe not that surprising. There's only 3 factions left. I finally actually took the moment to figure it out so that I could, prepare the poll. And the 3 factions remaining are the Klingon, which can't be chosen because the Klingons will be the final campaign, and the ISC and the Romulans. So I kind of made a mistake and backed up 3 plasma races on top of each other, which may have been a bit of a mistake because, oh boy. And we're being escorted by USS Hampton, which is the DNF, and the Imperial Heavy Cruiser USS Richards, which you may have noticed we have fixed the problems that we had before. We're seeing the actual ships from the right time period. But anyway, so we're going to be having a whole bunch of plasma torpedoes back to back. I asked the question, who do you want to see, ISC or Romulans? And so far the Discord has been, well, not unanimous. There has been a single dissenting vote for ISC, but the Romulans are most certainly the favorite to win at this point. It could change in a landslide if suddenly, like, everybody, say all, 500 and something subscribers that I had suddenly posted on this video and said, no, we want the ISC. I would, of course, do that one instead, but I doubt that, 500 and however many people are going to comment on the Starfleet Command video. These are by far my worst performing videos, but I do them because I love this game so much. It is what started the channel. It will continue the channel, and heck, it was the reason why I first started modding ever. So that's pretty cool. So it holds a very special place in my heart. However, we may be discussing internally whether or not we want to change up the frequency of uploads. See, right now, the most popular content is, hands down, Mech HQ. That's actually not too far-fetched, actually. Mech HQ performed astonishingly well in terms of how many people both watched it and then watched the rewatch of it. So I was rather stunned. But no, it's Battletech. So people enjoy the Battletech, and I am a man who gives the people what they want. Not always, but sometimes. And so I've been thinking about sort of reversing the ratio. Right now, we do 4 days of Starfleet Command and 3 days of Battletech. That may be inverting in the somewhat near future. We're probably never going to get rid of Starfleet Command. Like I said, this game means too much to me to ever get rid of. But we may reduce how often it's shown, just in order to sort of cater to a little bit more of what most people who watch the channel are looking for. Now, that's not set in stone, and, if suddenly things turn around, to be honest, I don't anticipate they would, but if it suddenly happened, then I would, of course, not bother with that sort of change. But as of right now, Starfleet Command, very niche product. I love it, but very niche. Oh, please tell me I did it right. I was hoping I stunned his shuttle bay offline before he could do anything. But yeah, so that's currently where the thoughts are yet. It probably won't happen for a little while, although depending on how long it actually takes us to, fully set up or finish off this campaign, it may actually start with next season, which would be a fairly decent time to do it, to change sort of the order of how the channel's presented. Yeah, not really sure on that. You're gonna take a little time to think about it. Or maybe we'll wait until, like, Rogue Tech comes back, because as much as people enjoy Battletech on the channel, people love Rogue Tech, to be honest. I love Rogue Tech. Rogue Tech is so much fun. I can't wait to get back to it. But, it's enjoyable. But it's not something that I want to do super all the time. But hey, yeah, we're thinking about making some changes to the channel just in order to sort of relax things a little bit, sort of give people what they want a little bit more, but also not burn out, which is important. Although, I only put up one video a day, so it's not exactly like, and it's not like I'm going through, like, hyper editing down 16 hours of content into a 45-minute video. No, we basically keep it nice, loose, and even with people. So it's not the most taxing thing ever. Although it can be all the time at times. But yeah, I don't know why I'm using on stuff that really doesn't matter. Right now, we're kicking the crap out of the Invincible, and if he manages to survive... Oh, he will survive. Oh, it was a fake. Come on, you were going to have a beautiful kill on the Invincible. I was going to give you credit for it and everything. There we go. Hamlin still got credit with that late missile right there. But now we can come along to the planet, which we don't actually know the name of the planet, but we'll find out in relatively short order. But once we get to the planet, we'll bombard it. It should take about one salvo, since it is an undefended planet. According to Fleet Screen, we can see PL-10 completely worthless. Okay, it's not worthless, it's just not very well protected and rather easy to kill. So we should have no trouble doing that. That's my idea. It's the plan. It's what we're going to go ahead with. Can I get a little bit more speed here? Well, no. I could, but I would start sapping into charge rates for other things. I can get 1 more point of speed. Actually, I could get 2, because we do, of course, have the... do you take even... We had 0.8 points of power while the plasma R torpedoes were charging, and now that we're holding, we have 0.5. Something seems off to me. I'm going to have to actually look into that. Anyway, ooh, wow, I suddenly looked away from the power screen and realized I was within range 10. So, yeah, let's not do that. Plasma, you may commence your bombardment. Oh, that is a terrifying bombardment. The amount of death and destruction being dished out there is... Wow, you guys are getting close. I'm loving it. Do it again. Do it more. The closer and closer that these ships are willing to get to the planets for bombardment purposes, the happier I'm going to be. And the main reason I'll be happy for that is because it means they'll actually use their weapons effectively. And dear God, if they would start using their weapons effectively on planets, I would just be ecstatic. Like, you have no idea. Okay, so they're going to sort of hover around, chill a little bit, waste some time, and the planet has been captured. Another 495 prestige for us. So also took out those dreadnoughts without too much trouble at all. I'm feeling pretty good about it. Anyway, let me know in a comment, by the way, if you're watching, which I assume you are because you've gotten to this point in the video. How does the sound work compared to, you know, what we had just before I edited it or changed it mid-episode? You'll probably recognize the point where that happened. But yeah, just let me know if this volume level is working for you. The goal is, of course, to avoid peaking, because peaking is hell for everybody involved. It's hell for me because I don't like to put out a poor video for people, especially people who, you know, consume my content. I want to do a good job for all of you. So we have the improved heavy cruiser and the HVX heavy carrier, which we found out recently uses, I believe it's the CVS model or the CSV model. Anyway, it uses our Jaeger class. So, in the TNG mod, we recently ran into them. Anyway, another PL5, which will be nice and easy to kill, and a DWD, which is also nice and easy to kill. So, really, they're just handing out free candy at this point. Unless, of course, you know, a B-11 battleship shows up over there. But I don't think that will happen, right? Anyway, let's click on the tractor beam, and we'll also click on, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that. I was going to say, you know, I could go maximum electronic countermeasure, just make sure I get the most amount of damage, but I'm not going to quite do that. Seems to be, well, wasteful, honestly. I think he can kill a DWD with a single salvo, even if he's got an attack shift of 2. Even if he has an attack shift of 3, I think I could probably pull it off. No guarantees, maybe, but I do kind of feel somewhat confident that that would be a thing that could be done. Am I charging? I did. Okay, good. We've had that set up. I want to make sure that we're not, you know, wasting time. Gonna come in here and miss with having our plasma torpedo set to go. Please die. I think he'll die. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That worked out quite nicely. And maximum speed of time. We have a planet to destroy. So we're just going to keep on zooming at basically maximum speed. Now this time we are going to need maximum electronic countermeasure just to make sure that we deal enough damage to annihilate everybody. And if I'm quick enough, I might actually get to the planet before anybody else can actually get involved in this war. Although he's going quite quick. Oh, he wants it. He wants the victory. He is the Federation Glory Hound Captain. He desires all the kudos for successfully annihilating a planet. We intend to give him none of those kudos. Those kudos belong to me. Start slowing down. Oh my god. Yeah, that still creeps me out every single time. Fire the plasma! How many Marines does he got left? Yeah, 7 of the Marines. That's a beautiful thing. It really is. So now we just need to wait for them to conquer the planet and we'll be all good. So that was a nice little run. This will be done in less than 2.5 minutes. Maybe a little bit more than 2.5 minutes, actually. Did I not send to the Marines? Did I seriously not send to the Marines? Did I just sit here resting on my laurels while the Marines did not actually get sent? Well, now we're not going to finish in 2.5 minutes. We'll be lucky if we finish it in 3. I have hope that we'll finish it in 3 because, you know, I'd like to get one more mission in before the end of the episode. We're on the 18-minute and 20-second mark. Yes, I did delay specifically so I could have a round number. Alright, there we go. And we will get it in less than 3 minutes at the very least, so that's quite nice. We've got 90 seconds left on the video, although we don't adhere to that too tightly if we're completely honest with each other. We can be honest with each other. We go over all the time. Nobody seems to mind. Pop on over here, see if we can't get a little bit of pressure going on. There is a mission. It is a patrol. We should be able to annihilate somebody in relatively short order. That'll just sort of complete the surround, make it a little bit more difficult for them to break out of the area. Red alert. Who are we escorting? We have the FLPH, the GCS Footfall, and we're squaring off against a frigate. Gotta say, I don't quite think that he is prepared for what is about to come his way. Maybe, though. Yeah, that's what I thought. Never mind. Okay, we got a double raider and a U. I don't even know how to describe that. Well, it's an SWRX-3. It is quite powerful, I'll have you know. It has 3 phaser X's. That is true. It does have 3 phaser X's, so keep that in mind. Be aware of that. But I'm going to see if I can just run over here, plasma torpedo him to death, turn around, do the exact same thing to his buddy. You don't have plasma torpedoes, right? You do. Oh, crap. Okay. 2 fire pseudos. And freak out about it, freak out about it, freak out about it. Hey, freaked out about it. So we're going to do the ultimate technique to defend yourself against pseudo-plasma torpedoes. We're going to zip on around behind him with great skill and alacrity. You're not gonna be able to avoid what I'm about to do. The Battle Widow. Oh, such a sad name. I feel really bad about what I'm about to do to you. Okay, not that bad. Oh crap. That could have been worse. Oh, apparently I've glitched the game out. Because the moment you fire your plasma torpedoes, it's supposed to end your high energy turn. You're not supposed to have access to that after that point. So we managed to glitch the game out by doing that. Interesting. Let's just sort of try that combination again sometime in the future. You have a missile, 3 phaser X's, 4 phaser X, 5 phaser X's. What is this insanity? How are we supposed to handle such firepower? Like so. Beautiful. Just wonderful. In all things, this vessel is beautiful. Okay, to be fair, it was 2 frigates. It's not exactly a challenge. This thing against the B-11, I honestly bet on this thing. But still, that would be a challenge more worthy of our skills. 240 prestige is, of course, a job for well done. And there we have the tile taken. We are down to an Empire defense of 34. So this may take 2 more episodes to actually get done. But anyway, that's going to do it for today's episode. I've been Mirak. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to see a notification every time I post one of these videos, press that little bell icon, leave a comment, and I will see you all in the next episode.